My friends, I've been reading about this news about Russia and Ukraine. Is this way? Look at the news that how Putin's Pearl Harbor was planned. You see, they're making joke of the whole situation. The media they are gleefully talking about these attacks of Ukraine against Russia. But my concern is when there'll be a retaliation, their response will be completely different. Ukraine has attacked the Crimea Bridge again, writes the Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, on Telegram. The attack was reportedly planned for several months. Ordinary Russians are probably starting to think about what is happening, and there is a great frustration within the political leadership, says former Lieutenant Colonel Georgian Elfin. Yeah, experts have started talking. But the problem is these experts will be reacting differently when the counterattack will come. Nobody's talking about the reasonableness of the attack. Is it reasonable that at the eve of a long time planned peace talk, you initiated a barrage of attacks? And the eve after the peace negotiation didn't go through, you went back to continue the attack. And nobody has wondered why has Putin not said a word about the attack? He has not complained. He has not said anything about reacting. He has not said anything about not reacting. Nobody has asked why is he so relatively quiet, unduly quiet. But anyone who knows, because people call him evil, if he's evil, then you will expect that he will do an evil thing in response to the attack. I hope that everyone who is supporting all this will be willing to not go against the support when the time comes, because it's going to be devastating. I am sure of it. The bridge is strategically important for Russia and has been attacked on two previous occasions since Russia began its full-scale war. See, they call it full-scale war. Russia calls it military action. I don't consider this as a full-scale war anyway. The Ukraine Security Service also shared a video from what is alleged to be the attack, so it's not independently verified. According to the SBU, 1,100 kilograms of explosives were used, which were attached to the bridge structure under the water. The first charge detonated at 0444 local time, according to the SBU. The 18-kilometer bridge stretched between Crimea and Russian Krasnodar region, and construction began after Russian annexation of the Crimea Peninsula in 2014. Russia, the bridge is closed. According to the SBU, the attack has caused extensive damage. The Crimea bridge is completely, the Crimea bridge is a completely legitimate target, especially since the enemy has been using it as a logistical lifeline to supply its troops. Crimea is Ukraine, and any sign of occupation will be met with our harsh response, SBU Lieutenant General Vasil Maliuk said in a statement. Okay. It's within your right, of course. Within your right. It's within your right. If the Ukrainian side succeeds in knocking it out or seriously damaging it, it will be another blow for Russia, which comes shortly after the air base were attacked. Ordinary Russians are probably starting to wonder what is happening, and there is a great frustration within the political leadership as Ukraine has succeeded in another particular spectacular attack, says Judge in Elfin. Now it has become a spectacular attack. I think it should be condemned, not because it's a wrong thing to do, not because you're not supposed to attack. Of course, you're supposed to attack Russia. But the problem is the attack coming, the first one coming on the night before a proposed peace deal doesn't show any sensible strategic reasonableness. It doesn't. Especially if your people are dying in a number that no one will hear and not shout, if the media and everyone is being honest about it. But of course, the information has been skewed, the numbers have been skewed. Too much spin, more spin than reality. If they say truthfully how many Ukrainians have died in this war, anyone who sponsors it will shout outrage on him or herself, or if she's country will be outraged by yourself, because the amount of people dying is not worth it. According to him, Ukraine has in recent days gained a good position for upcoming peace negotiation. At the same time, reactions are expected from Russia. Good. That is the point I wanted to hear. Reactions are expected from Russia. After the attack on the air base, several Russian bloggers and commentators have started talking in terms of attack with nuclear weapons. Of course, you can't attack with nuclear weapons because your bridge is bombed or your plane is bombed. You can't do that. It's likely that the same tone will be heard in this criticism after today's attack, he says, and continues. That's just more of people who are wagging their mouth. But as I assess the probability as relatively low as it looks now. This Georgian Elf Vein is just talking now to be relevant. That's what I see in these comments. What we're talking about nuclear weapon because the country bombed you. No, it's not the way it works. Throughout the conflict, Russia had been rattling around with nuclear weapons, but it has never led to any action, but has been more of a threat and a scare tactic. Well, you cannot just say that because you never know. If you believe that he's evil, as everyone has said, then you can also anticipate that he might go to that point. But I don't think that this strike on the bridge is enough reason, or they're just destruction of infrastructure and assets, not enough reason to strike with a nuclear weapon. Russia has not yet commented on the attack. However, according to Sky News, Russian media have reported that the bridge is currently closed without having given a reason why. The HBU writes that the attack had been planned for months and that no civilians were killed. Okay. The same way the other one was planned for months, this one was planned for months. Whichever. The point that you have to be wary of is that Putin has not commented on both attacks. And why that? Is it because he's dead? No. Is it because he cannot comment? No. Why then has he not commented? Shouldn't you worry that you attacked him twice in less than 5 days and he has not said a word? It should be a point of worry. It should be a really, really big point of worry because you don't know what he has in mind, you don't know what he's planning. It would have been better if he threatens to bring down the skies. But the fact that he kept quiet, he should be worried. And I am worried. Not because I'm directly concerned, no, but because the people who are dying deserve not to die. They don't deserve to die. How many stomachs have they been laying in the trenches there in the middle of nowhere, fighting a fight that should have been resolved even before it started? Just because they have leaders from both sides who are crazy. Hell. Yeah, that's all I have for now.